Sairam, Ramesh, can you hear me, please?
Sairam, it's very clear.
Sairam.
Sairam, very clear. The bhajans are all over. Normally, you put a divine music in between before the beginning. That's over. Okay.
We're almost done,
okay.
Sairam. We can a minute to start.
No problem. 1 minute to start. Okay. Thank you, sir. Sairam.
Sairam.
Ramesh, Sairam.
Sairam, Mama, Sairam.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Yekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketur Ganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyadvirada Vaktradhya Parishadhya Parastatham Vignam Nighnanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamastraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananantva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavin Kavinamupamastravasamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasrunvannotibhikti Dasadanam Om Shanti 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tachanyoravrunimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapataye Daivi Svastirastunaha Svastirmanushabhyaha Urdhvam Jigatu Bheshajam Sanno Astu Dvipade Sanchatushpade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahasrasirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Visvato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam Purusha Ye Vedagum Sarvam Yat Bhutang Yaccha Bhavyam Utabhrutattvasteshanaha Yadannena Tirohati Yetavanasya mahima ato jyayaguscha purushaha padosya visva bhutani tripadasya mrutam divi. Now, with Bhagavan's grace, we come up to this point. Okay, so let us continue. Now, if you want me to summarize up to this point, I'll be happy to do that. You can send me a chat message or some way to contact me. But let me move on. Okay, the Pado Osya Visva Bhutani Tripadasya Mrutam Divi Asya Padaha Bhutani Visva. Right? We saw that. Yetavanasya Mahima, we saw that. Ataha Jaya Guscha Purushaha. This everything is Mahimai, but Bhagavan Purushan, this Parama Purushan, this Purusha Suktam, the Purusha that Purusha Suktam is worshipping, praising, the Parabrahman, is greater than this. Jaya Gum. Okay, remember that. Next one is Asya Padaha Visva Bhutani. Okay, Visva Bhutani Asya Padaha. In this Visvam, whatever has manifested, okay, Bhutani, all is plural, all the things that are manifested, including a speck of sand, please remember that, okay, everything is Asya, this Bhagavan, this Purusha's Padaha, one amsam only, cognizable amsam, that's all it is. It is like when we go and we have a sweet, a jangri, for example, we are able to cognize, taste the sweetness, cognize the sweetness, isn't it? But what is the essence of that sweetness? Is the sweetness in the jangri I'm eating, or is it in my tongue, or is it somewhere else? Okay, so that essence of the sweetness is actually within me. The tongue is only a tool. The jangri is only another tool to experience this sweetness. The experiencing this sweetness is cognizable. The cognizable aspect of that sweetness is Asya Padaha, one amsam. Whatever I cognize in this amazing, wonderful world that is both myself as a body, the creation, what is happening within me, what is happening outside, including the beauty of a sunset. Everything I'm able to cognize. Cognition means I'm able to recognize it with my five senses. Any one of my five senses, doesn't matter. That is cognition. Okay? Now, that sweetness that is present the time I am cognizing is Asya Padaha. It is only in one amsam, not one score, not one quarter or one part. Bhagavan is indivisible. Remember that. But I'm tasting it, I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it. It is unbelievable. Now, this is the cognizable aspect, Asya Padaha. But then what happens? Tripadasya Mrutam Divi Asya Tripadaha Amrutam Divi Amrutam Amrutam Divi Amrutam. Amrutam means no birth, no death, indestructible, Arivatradai. Arivatradai, when there is no destruction, that means there is no birth also. Thonralum kadayadu, Arivum kadayadu. There is no birth, there is no dissolution, there is no destruction. Okay, indestructible is one word we use. Immortality, these are English words we use, but they don't capture it. Something, as Bhagavan himself says, What is Bhagavan? What is Brahman? It simply is. Is asti. That's all. It is. That's all. There's nothing more we can say about it. That amritam, that immortality, that amritam, tripade. Now, the three means three. Father had now amsam. Okay, but very, very, very carefully, we have to use words to describe it, because the wrong words can take you the wrong path. Moondru bhagam, oru bhagam, if I say like that, one part, three parts, that is not correct, because amritam is indivisible. The same amritam that is cognizable in one amsam is tripad. That means there are three levels of awareness, consciousness, the awareness. And that there are three further levels are there. One level I'm cognizing it, but there are three uncognizable levels, if you want to put it that way, of the same sweetness, the same essence of the sweetness, beyond cognition. And there are three further levels of experiencing this, of anubhavam, of that tripadaha. Divi is in Paramapadam, Vaikuntham in Bhagavan's lotus feet. So one amsam only I'm experiencing here, only one amsam. Okay, but there are three other levels of experience, anubhavam, of this beyond cognition, beyond all my five senses and all that. That is present in Paramapadam, in Divi. Asya tripadaha amritam. Amritam means without decline, without destruction, aழிவில்லாமல், constantly, all the time, beyond time. It is present in Paramapadam. Okay? Now, what does it mean, sir? Our elders have taught us a few things, so let me share a couple of those to point direction to how I must relate to this Tripada Purushan. The Tripada Purushan is not Paramapadam, is not in Vaikuntham, somewhere up in sky and all that. No. Tripada Purushan is very much in me, in my Hridayam. To very frankly speaking, Bhagavan says, I am the Tripada Purushan, but I'm wearing this, donning this body, mind. So, how to take in and receive Bhagavan's teachings? Let's look at it in a couple of ways. Number one, Satchidanandam. We heard that phrase several times, Satchidanandam. Some of us carry that name also for the body that we don. Sat, Chit, Anandam. Right? That is one way we describe Bhagavan, the constant entity, the Paramapurushan, and Prema, if you want to call it. Prema is Sat. It always is Sat. Chit. Chit is all-knowing, omniscient, sarvajna. I can never, not even one inch, I can move away from Prema. Not even one kshanam I can move away or be without Prema. Impossible. Sarvajna. Okay? And as Bhagavan says, the chit, I hate to use the word aspect, but Bhagavan, yes, let's say chit aspect of this Bhagavan is such that even the footsteps, the footfall, as we say, of an ant. An ant, as Kasturi beautifully describes, Swami's description or this dialogue, discourse, The footfalls of an ant also is heard by him, by Bhagavan. Very important. And even if I don't say anything, even the sound of my thought, Bhagavan knows. Sarvajna, there is nothing that can escape. That is all knowledge, knowing everything. Sat always is, always present. I mean, there is not a time it is not. It always is. Time actually is born from it and merges back in it. That Sat, that Chit is bliss, Anandam only. Anando Brahman. Okay? Brahma is nothing but Anandam. Okay? This is what it is. Now, this Bhagavan becomes a Purusha, takes an embodiment and lives and resides in and outside that body, outside that embodiment, everywhere, right? Now, at that point, what happens? The embodiment, it takes a nama and a rupa, a name and a form. Forms come and go, but the name outlives the form. We say Rama, Krishna, it evokes, right? Whereas the form is gone, but the name is sustaining. That's why Bhagavan's name is very important, very, very powerful. Now what happens? That Sachit Anandam taking Nama and Rupa in this creation, that Nama and Rupa, the name and form, are Ekapadaha, one amsam only. The Tripadaha is Sat Chit Anandam. Okay, now the Sat, all of us, even ordinary human beings like us, we all have this automatic, natural inclination to be. None of us want to die. None of us want to disappear. It's that existence of us, that the permanent, seeking that aspect of permanence in us, within us, okay? Everything that we want is permanent, right? Even though we're not able to get it in this world, but that seeking that permanent, that Sat, always there. That is an aspect of Sat Chit Anandam. Bhagavan's aspect is manifesting within me, that as a Sat aspect. The Chit aspect, for an ordinary person like me, how does it manifest? As a quest to know. I seek knowledge because I am knowledge. That is why I seek it. I am love. That's why I seek love. Okay? So that Chit aspect is the quest to know in life. Every one of us has that, isn't it? That Chit aspect is that. But then what happened? The Vivekihal, the Buddhimans, their Chit aspect is a little bit different. Because while my quest to know pertains only to the world and the temporary things, how this thing works, what happens in the universe, how does the earth go around, how to make money, whatever it may be, how to make dinner, whatever, the knowledge of all the things that I'm focusing on, and quest to know, to wanting to know, they're all temporary, pertaining to temporary things, material things. Whereas a Buddhiman, the same quest to know operates, what is this, the permanent? Raso Vaisaha is what Upanishad says. What is its essence? Where is it? Okay, who am I? All these questions, that quest to know that Ramana Maharshi had, who am I? That quest to know is Buddhiman. Same aspect of Chit. And they pursue that, right? at our level, at my level, I'm speaking. Okay, I cannot speak in any other level. Anandam. Now I seek happiness only. I don't seek sadness. I don't never seek misery. Why? Because I am Anandam only. So I seek Anandam. That is the Anandam aspect of the Tripada Purusha that is manifesting as Ekapadam in me. But now the yogigal who follow the path of to Bhagavan, listening to Bhagavatam, whatever it may be, and love Bhagavan exclusively, totally and all that, and what we call a Jivan Muktakar, ultimately, they experience Paripurna Anandam, especially after finally leaving behind their feeling of separation from Bhagavan. They experience it, right? So these Satchit Anandam, Nama Rupam, Satchit Anandam, Tripada Purusha, beyond the manifested world. It is in Paramapadam, Amrutam, it never changes. Tripada Purusha, Divi, Amrutam Divi. Okay. Now, the Ekapada here, Asya, Visva Bhutani. Right? That is me, you, everything else. Another way, another beautifully explanation that was given. There are three explanations, three very beautiful, heart-rendering clarity that elders have given us. So I'm sharing that with you. The other aspect is, look at it yourself, apply this personally, because this Purusha Suktam is not something we are praising Bhagavan Purusha somewhere. No. It is very much within me. Ultimately, I am that Purusha. That's very important to understand this. I am that Purusha. That's the only way I know. Vedahametam Purusha Mahantam, we are going to see that Purushan is none other than me. Okay, it's very important to understand how Bhagavan is manifesting himself. That description comes here, and that experience comes here in Purusha Suktam. As part of that, in my body, I speak. Right now I'm speaking. Where is the sound coming from? Okay. First thing is I have to think. Where is the sound coming from? There are four levels, okay, to this sound that is coming from within me, or when you speak, or for that matter, any animal that makes sound. You cannot speak. Any animal, anything that makes sound, there are four levels. One is Ekapadaha, the other is Tripadaha. Let us see what they are. In my case, in your case, for example, the sound that is coming from my mouth is effulgent, is cognizable, isn't it? Right? You can hear it with your ears. That is Ekapada Purusha. That is one amsam of Bhagavan. Okay, that Bhagavan is manifesting himself. That is why this walk, my speech, the words I utter from my mouth is Satyam, is nothing other than Satyam, only Satyam. Whatever I say with my mouth, I must carry it out. Very important. Otherwise, Bhagavan doesn't like it. So, I have to be very careful. It has to be very sweet. It has to be very pleasing. It has to speak only truth. Okay? And even if I speak truth, I should not speak it in a hurtful way. And even in a very sweet manner, I should not speak lie, anything that is not true. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm kind of digressing a little bit, so bear with me. So walk is the very important Ekapada Purusha Amsam. Now, what are the three Pada Amsangal associated with that? Where is the Tripada Purushan? Let us see. First is, in our Mooladharam, the Sabdam begins. This is the very important to relate to this. As Paramacharya said so beautifully in talking about Siksha Vidhya, explaining Siksha Vidhya that comes in the Siksha Valli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Siksham Vyakyasyamaha. That's how it begins. And the beauty is, and then the Rishi teaches, I am going to teach you the Siksha Vidhya. What is that Siksha Vidhya? That pertains to the Parama Purushan himself. Okay? That Parama Purushan, as Swami says beautifully in describing the Artham for Govinda. Govinda, okay? He says, Govinda is the one who manifests a sound from within you. That Govinda, that Paramapurusha, in order to manifest as part of creation, begins at the Mooladharam. And that Mooladharam, let's say it's called Para. Okay, Para. Please remember that. Then that same Sabdam, the same divine energy, divine manifestation, whatever you want to call it in English, doesn't matter. That this applies to you and to me. If I want to speak, then basically in my Mooladharam, that Shakti is coming. That Shakti is only speaking, not me, not this body or mouth or anything like that. Please understand that. That Parama Purusha is a Mooladharam, it is called Para. Then it moves. And then in Swadhishthanam, at Swadhisthana Chakram, it transforms. It becomes Pasyanti. Para Pasyanti. Then Anahata Chakram. In Anahata Chakram, which is in my marble, in my chest, we call it as Madhyama. So there are 3 levels of awareness and consciousness. At Para, then Pasyanti, then Madhyama. Finally, when it comes through my mouth, we call it vocal cords, whatever it is. Okay, those are all our terms. Finally, it transforms into what we call as Vaikari. Okay, and Vaikari Sabdam, that's the one I am cognizing, I am hearing with my ears. So, Ekapada Purushan, beyond that, there are Tripada Purusha. Do you understand? The Tripadam is Amritatvam. Okay, it's indestructible, immortal, and Divi. Divi means, I use the word Paramapada, Bhagavan's lotus feet. And from there, the Sabdam comes, Mooladharam. It doesn't originate at Mooladharam. No. It is not at the bottom of at the base of my spinal cord in that area. Mooladharam is one chakram there, that's all. But the Shakti that manifests itself at that point, that is beyond the Tripada Purushan. That's going to come in the next teaching of this Parapurusha Suktam. Ekapada Purushan, Tripada Purushan. Okay. Now, the next thing it says, let me go to that. I have to share one more teaching with you. But basically repeating this. Pado osya visva bhutani tripadasya mrutam divi. I hope that is clear. Next one is Tripadurdva Udait Purushaha. Tripadurdva Udait Purushaha. This explains this Tripada Purusha that we just talked about. The Rishi mentions, continues, this Tripada Purushan, the Tripada Purusha, Urdhvaha, okay, Urdhvaha, Udait, Urdhvaha, on top, beyond. That is where Udait means, it's very difficult to say. If I can use the word Irikirar, he is there, but he is there everywhere. And Udaita means another way, his effulgence is there, but his Bhagavan's effulgence is there everywhere, both in cognizable and non-cognizable manner. If you want to call it the source, the place, or whatever you want to call it, right? And it is present everywhere. It is not in one point only, it's present everywhere. So that is where Bhagavan is. The Tripada Purusha, Urdhva Udaite. He is beyond even the Tripadam. Understand? The Muladharam, the Shakti, man begins to manifest there. Isn't it? That before that, when I say begins to manifest, it was first step in creation, if you want to call it. But the creator is behind it, beyond that. Understand? And that is prema only. Nothing but that. Okay? The moment I say prema, I can personalize it. Right? So, Tripadasya Mritam Divi, Tripadurdva Udait Purushaha. Such a Tripada Purushan, we call it, as Purusha Suktam calls it, or Parabrahmam, or Purushaha, whatever we want to call him, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, whatever we want to call him, Prema Eva, as the Taittiriya Upanishad says, okay, Anando Brahman, whatever we want to call him, call that Purusha, that name applies to him. He is that. Definitely he is that. But he is beyond that. We have to understand both. I cannot limit him only to that. Okay? It is not possible because Swami is beyond all this also. He is that and beyond that also. There is one Muni called Ranganatha Muni. Okay, and he very beautifully, he speaks from experience. I mean, so beautifully he says. So let me just quickly translate what he has said, so that we get a feeling for what this Tripada Purushan is. Okay, and he says the Tripada Purushan is beyond all this Prakriti. Okay, and he is capable of doing things. The Shakti, the power he has, which are beyond one's ability to even understand or gauge or measure. It's beyond. I cannot know it. He's got such power and action that he do. He is the resident in the Hridayam of all beings and Paripurna Anandam. That is what he is. Sarvajna, omniscient, Yellam Arindavan. And very important, he's also the, as Swami says, who's your true friend? Your true friend is Bhagavan only. So he's like that. He is for everybody, for all beings, okay, is easily accessible and taking care of their needs, caring for them. He is a friend, the true Suhrit of all beings. That is this Bhagavan. Okay. And he's also the supporter of everything that we see, including time, including column, including my mind, my ambitions, my desires, guilt, whatever it may be, happiness, whatever it may be, he is a supporter of that. And no beginning, no end. Adi Andam Illadavan. And he doesn't grow, he doesn't become bigger, and he doesn't become smaller. Purnam Adaga Purnamidam. That Purnam he is. Okay. Nothing, no change, absolutely changeless. And all the actions that take place in the created universe, the created world, both the gross as well as the mental world, okay, everything, both in Virata Swarupam as Hiranya Swarupam, that will come to that later. All the actions, everything is in his control. Everything. Swami's teaching is very powerful in this. I'm telling you something that we can take it as mantra. Not even a leaf can fall. Not the distant star can shine without Rama's will, is what he says. With Bhagavan, without Bhagavan, everything is in his control. Okay, and so that is what this Purusha is, and he is the one who's doing this leela of creation, sustenance, and dissolution, and he is always in self-bliss, completely the santripti, the anandam, and the Tamil we say anandathil kalipavan, tannude anandathil kalipavan. One who is always so blissful in his own bliss, okay, and effulgence, self-effulgence, very important. The effulgence means the Voli full of prakasam, he is that prakasam, okay, and asankyam, which means immeasurable, incalculable. There is no limit, limitless, and what is limit cannot be known. And he, all kinds of, even the pramanam, we say in Sanskritam, that pramanangalukku ettaadavan means, first pramanam we try to do gauge, and through tarkam and through logic and rational discussion, we try to understand something, inference, okay? And then we speculate, we imagine, and then we have some personal experiences with Bhagavan, okay? But he is beyond all this. Important. I mean, he's beyond. And the Mula Karanam, the only cause for, the one and only cause for all this creation, this prapancham, and his mahimai, etavanasya mahima. My sister asked me a question, mahimai, perumai, kirti, kirti is a padam that even Vedangal Upanishad used to praise Bhagavan, to address him, okay? His kirti, his mahimai, all these are beyond words and mind to capture. And this Tripada Purushan, about him, Swami, you are like this, you are like that. This is what you are. You are Sachidanandam, you are Prema Swarupa, you are this. All the things I can say, okay? But who really knows you, Swami? Who really knows you? Okay? Because you yourself only know you. That's the way he says. But who actually know him the way he really is? And who can really speak about it? No. He himself may not know him fully. This is what he says. Okay? And that is what the teaching from Ranganatha Muni. Now, I hope I have not exceeded the time. Okay, 6:37. Okay, so this is the thing about this. This I didn't originally plan on spending so much time just going through, but this is so important. So let's start here. Etavanasya mahima ato jyayagascha purushaha. That's clear to you. Padosya visva bhutani tripadasya mritam divi. Now that's also, hopefully I hope it's clear to you. Now, where is the Tripada Purushan? We saw about Muladharam, one example, all those things. We saw Sachidanandam, Namam, Rupam and all that. But hey, where is the beginning? But Swami, he has no beginning. This is the issue. This is the point we should never forget. He's always there. Okay, no beginning, no end. That Tripada Purusha, okay, Urdhva Udaita. Now you understand. Urdhva Udaita. Okay. Tripada Purusha is manifesting, part of creation also. The first step, if you want to call it at Mooladharam, but Bhagavan is Urdhva Udaite. He is present even beyond that. Okay. Adarkum mel vilangugirar. Okay. Understand that Purusha. So, next one. Pado yeha bhavat punaha. Now, Purusha Suktam begins to talk about the creation. How did this universe come about? How is this you and I, how are we created? What is this creation? What is happening? Okay, all those are beginning here. With this Parama Purusha first coming, right? Tripada Purusha, then Ekapada Purusha. Okay? He says, Pado yeha bhavat punaha asya padaha iha punaha abhavat abhavat asya padaha iha punaha abhavat asya padaha iha punaha abhavat. So asya padaha oru amsam, one amsam asya of this Purushan, who is Tripad Udait, Urdhva Udait, that one amsam ekapadaha, that padaha, asya padaha, one amsam of him, punaha, again and again and again and again, punaha, okay, iha, in this prapanjam, punaha, again and again, abhavat, or abhavat, okay? It's the Vedic meter, abhavat, it says, Pado yeha bhavat, right? Abhavat. So, word is abhavat. Again and again, in this prapancham, one amsam of this Purusha manifests. Manifest. Manifest means cognizable way. Okay? Cognizable by the senses, by the five senses, and then the mind goes on and creates its own. That is another issue. Okay? So, தோன்றுகிறது, அபவது, தோன்றுகிறது, புனக, மீண்டும், மீண்டும், இக, இந்த பிரபஞ்சத்தில், okay, அஸ்ய, இவருடைய, பாதக, ஒரு அம்சமானது. Okay? So, you and I are children of immortality. Amritasya putraha, nothing different. We are all children of Amritam only. That means we are Amritam only. No different. Okay, same DNA. So, that is the next sentence. Pado syeha bhavat punaha. Okay, then what happens? How does he appear? Okay. Tato vishvang pyakramat sasana nasane abhi. Tato vishvang pyakramat Sasana nasade abhi. Just bear with me. Let me finish this. I don't know the time. This will be a good spot to spot to stop. So just a few more minutes for today's session. So again and again, one padam, ekapada, one amsam manifests. Tataha. After that, when it manifests, what happens? When it decides to, then sasana anasane. Sasana anasane. Sasana anasane means there are jivangal. Please, no, very important here with what is coming up next in the mantrangal. Jivan. Jivan, we have to be careful not to mix up Jiva with bodies, with the various forms. Jiva and body are two different things. Okay. Here, Sasana Anasane means when Bhagavan decides, Paramapurusha decides, one amsam manifests. How does it manifest first? It manifests as Jivangal. These Jivangal, some of them depend upon annam, food. Okay? And some do not need food. Okay? There are both types of Jivangal are there. That is why with Sarvam Sajivam, when Bhagavan in Bhagavata Vahini, please read this, very important. When Uddhava goes there and Gopigal show him what happens, even the stone or rock cries, even the plant and all that bend down, and from the edge, teardrops fall at the name, just at the name of utterance of Krishna and the yearning for the separation from Krishna. They all cry. Bhagavan says, Sarvam Sajivam. Always remember that. There is nothing that is without Bhagavan. Okay, that Jivangal, Sasana, Anasane, Sasana. Those some Jivangal that require annam, like you and me. And then Anasane. Anasane means without food. Jivangal that do not need food. Sasana Anasane. Vishwake, like that all Jivangal. Abhi Vyakramat. Abhi, that Abhi, you have at the end, you have to bring it to Vyakramat. Abhi Vyakramat. It manifested. Velipadayaha, what was within Bhagavan's womb, as we call it, manifest. Okay? So, Abhivyakramate, they manifested outside. Outside means from Bhagavan's womb, now they manifest. So, at this point, what Bhagavan has, what this Tripada Purusha, Parama Purusha has done is, so again and again, one amsam, first thing is manifest as Jivangal. Some of them need food, some of them do not need food. Okay, now this is what is manifested. Swami, I cannot imagine, I cannot conceive, I cannot see anything. Right? I say Jivangal manifested. Or even the mind cannot conceive it. For that, the next step comes. How Bhagavan creates, and how from there, how the various forms and embodiments come, and etc., is going to come later. Okay, in Purusha Suktam. That we will continue with Bhagavan's grace next session. I think the time must be up by now. Yes, it is. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Are you all happy? Any questions, comments, thoughts, observations from anyone? Okay. One person has asked for a summary. Do you have time for me to give you a summary today, or do you want to go? Can you please answer then? Or I can give the summary in the beginning of next class. How about that? Okay?
Anything is fine, sir.
Yeah, very good. We will do that in the next summary of the beginning of next session. Any other comments from anybody? Very good. Then with Swami's grace, see you next week then. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Pramadam adan ஒரே word.
Namaskaram. Very happy.
பிரமாதமா இருந்தது. அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்ல முடியும். இதை விட எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண முடியாது. அவ்வளவுதான்.
Namaskaram, sir. Namaskaram. Very happy, sir. Bhagavan's grace. Always Bhagavan's grace, sir. Swami's grace. Swami's anugraham that we are together and listening to his glory.